Hello, Susan Piver here. Every once in a while on my blog, I ask for your questions about meditation. You're kind enough to send them to me, and I want to make sure to answer them all. So I'm going to start today with a question from Roxana. In many ways, it is the question, so thank you, Roxana. She asks, can you provide meditations on how to obtain tranquility, calmness, serenity in anxious moments? That's a big question. That's an important question. And I would say when it comes to anxiety, there are sort of two ways that you can work with it. One way is to get away from it, get away from the cause of anxiety. When I look at the news, I freak out, true story. When I talk to this person, they upset me. When I go to this place, I feel uncomfortable. I'm going to stop doing those things. Cool. That's, if you can, that's great. And the more we can minimize exposure to things that rip us up, the stronger we're going to be. So, however, that way is not very practical. The way of just trying to get away from everything that causes stress, because you basically, be spending a lot of time in bed with the sheets pulled over your head. Luckily, there's a second way. And it is not to relax by getting away from what is causing anxiety, but it is to relax with what is causing anxiety. So in other words, instead of trying to squeeze out from your ecosystem the stressors, you expand the ecosystem to include what is arising and what you are feeling. This is also called the practice of meditation, where we sit with our breath in most cases. And when thoughts arise and things come up to distract us, we don't say, no, shut up, or you get out, you can stay. Instead, we go, let go, and come back to the object of our attention, which again, in most cases, is the breath. In this way, we create room for our entire experience. And because we are human beings and not machines, that experience is unpredictable and can include vast highs, abject lows, and everything in between. When we try to knock out our feelings of anxiety and replace them with feelings of ease, we create a battle within ourselves, and there is no fight that ever leads to peace. Rather, if you can relax with what is, the possibility that you will find a way to work with it is much greater than if you're constantly trying to shield yourself from it. So if you're struggling with a lot of anxiety or are working with a difficult diagnosis psychologically, don't listen to anything I'm saying. Work with it with your therapist and your support and so on. But otherwise, if you can turn toward what you feel and allow it, a very interesting process is invoked. And by feeling it, I don't mean the story of it. I mean the actual sensation. Your stomach is tight or your shoulders go like this. The story is not the feeling. So as Pema Chodron says, feel the feeling, drop the story. And in those moments when we can, a gate opens. And we see that we're in a much larger space than we may have otherwise imagined. So I hope this is useful. The short answer is keep meditating and trust yourself.